Nightly Musers, followers of the pod, faithful few and hopeful many, this is Anchor by Spotify. If you haven't heard about it, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's the very platform that allows me to give you what I give you on the nightly. So let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And it gives you the ability to distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally FREE free. So here's where you come in. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That is ANCHOR.fm to get started. Thank you very much. Peace. Nightly Musers, what is good? I just got done working out. I found a new gym. It's called ISI. Stands for Iron Sharpens. Iron, my God. Iron Sharpens Iron. ISI Elite Training. My God. Things. I realized, when pre-2020, before the world fell apart, I was at a gym. I've talked about it before, 9 rounds. Shout out Tyler. And it was the best shape that I'd ever been in my life. And it was a great experience, a very motivating time. And ever since then, because of COVID and all that, and Zoom boxing classes, which was miserable, there was just a lot of me trying to figure out how to get back on my feet athletically, physically, mentally, in terms of like lifestyle and health and things of that nature. And so right now, that was a long journey, and now, July worked out 6 days a week for almost the entire month, and had some really, really good moments of just improvement and things of that nature. But I think over these past 2 years, really since 2 years, since 2020, there was just a lot of introspection, trying to really analyze like what worked for me, why was I successful here and not successful there, what are the things that I see in myself that are good signs that can help me when I find the right thing, like really, really figure it out. And there was a resilience, there was a bounce back that I saw in myself that kept coming, which I was proud of. That is something that I see, and it does encourage me. But I really just wanted to, kind of take a moment to really figure out what worked. Had a Y membership. I was working out with Noah. Love you, my guy. He's married and working, doing all those things. And, there was always so anyway, the point of this is, if I were to analyze the things that worked, 9 rounds in a nutshell, it was a very motivating environment. Even though I'm not a very skipper person when I'm working out, I'm here to get the job done and get out of Dodge. Not because I'm not here to talk to people. I'm just kind of tired and I can't breathe. So, talking when you can't breathe is relatively difficult. But it was a lot of fun. There was a space to there was a cathartic element to it of, whether I'm in a good mood, whether I'm in a bad mood, whether life is going well or I'm just angry, I can feel motivated to go to the gym out of excitement to be there, or I can feel motivated to go air out some frustrations while punching a bag for an hour, 30 minutes, however long the workouts were. And so that was always a really, really good space. And so there's that. The other component was that I was my goodness, this on the road stuff, like, it gets on my nerves sometimes. But anyway, the other component was that I was with people. I wasn't by myself. So it's a motivating environment around other people, so I don't feel like I'm doing it by myself. And I don't have to curate my own workouts. I just come, the workout's already been made. It's just a matter of execution. You tell me what to do and I do it. And so with all of that, like, those were the ingredients for success. When I was in high school, right, like, there was structure for me. Really, all I had to focus on was, like, my eating, because when I went to practice, the workouts were there. I just did what they told me to do. And so I reaped the benefits, because most of my energy was focused on just like health, like what I was putting in my mouth, because everything else was kind of taken care of on the other side. Stepping out of that, because I don't have like a, physical therapy background or anything like that, going to the gym by myself was really hard, because all of my workouts, my whole life, had been in a team environment, because for most of my life I was either playing basketball all the time or I was a 3-sport athlete. And so there wasn't really any time for me to just be like, I'm just going to go to the gym by myself and just, mess around. And that just wasn't my personality. And there's some people who can do that, and I'm just not one of them. And so that, 9 rounds is almost a mirror image of, when I was most athletic in general. And so it worked really well. And I got to see pieces of that. So, I could go to the Y and lift if I was lifting with Noah. And it was easy for me to do that because I really enjoyed being with him. And I got to a place where I liked lifting. So, and I was also doing cardio and things of that nature, trying to at least. And so you're even in my kind of getting back on my feet, I was also developing a love for things that I hadn't done in a long time, that I wasn't doing consistently anymore. Because it was a choice now. With football practice and all those things, practice was not optional. We called them voluntary summer workouts, but we always said voluntary was in quotation marks, because if you wanted to play, there was no just showing up for camp. If you wanted to play, you did conditioning. And so not that I didn't like it. I mean, it wasn't likable. I liked being with my teammates and I liked lifting, but I was forced, right? This wasn't something that I just did because I wanted to. I did because I wanted to start on the varsity team. And so with Noah, it was I was actually building up a desire. When I was running with my buddy Zach, I was building up a desire to do conditioning. Was I at a place where my body could necessarily handle it? Not really, but I enjoyed it. And that was those were the breakthroughs, was obligation to desire. If working out was an obligation for me, I wasn't going to do it, because I don't have to anymore. I'm actually not obligated to do it outside of a desire for personal longevity. And so I had to find a new not obligation, but a new what's the word, a reason, right? I had to find a new reason to show up every day. And when Noah was getting ready to get married, I had to kind of figure out all right, I have to get to a point where I can do this by myself because I'm not going to have Noah. And I built up that desire. In July, I wasn't going with friends. That was just me. And kind of, again, just that reality of like, hey, like, you can do this. But it was more than it was me being able to show up by myself. It was just building up that consistency. Like, hey, if you want to go to the gym 6 days a week, you can. Like, just showing myself like, hey, you did it for a month. Is it sustainable? Maybe, maybe not. But you put your mind to something and you did it. And so, again, just building up those crossing those mental hurdles is what I feel like these past 2 years were. And then when I did my, free session at ISI, I was like, dang, like, this is different. Like, this is the perfect, like, the workouts are extremely rigorous. It's a weird word. The workouts were extremely rigorous, and I think rigorous is just a hard word to say when you're tired. They really pushed me. They were fun, like the environment's fun, being with other people, all high-fiving and whatnot. Like, you don't have to say much. It's just give somebody you see a high five. I can do that. I don't need to talk to nobody, though. Like, I can go at my own pace, but I'm pushing myself because the workouts kind of require it. Like, there's no way to, like, beat around the bush with kettlebell swings. And also, like, within the workout, the best part, which is what I liked with Noah, was, like, there were opportunities for me to be, the hero, right? To be the guy that's like, yeah, I played football, so I can do this. Today, we were pushing sleds, basically, which I was kicking, arse. I was kicking butt at that specific workout. And then there was other times where that workout was kicking mine, and to be able to, like, find those moments where you can dig deep and also just kind of, like, not shine, but, like, hey, like, I'm good at this. Like, I looked forward to that block because I knew I was going to be good at that workout. That was the workout. That was the block where I felt like I was going to pass out because I was able to push myself really far. But, yeah, it was just really, really good. And so all that to be said, I found a gym. Man, it's expensive, though. Found a gym that works for me. And I'm really, really excited to see, like, how my body changes, how my overall health, like, improves, because as I'm trying to kind of, like, become an adult, I am an adult, but, like, organization, setting a schedule, this gym kind of forces me to do that a little more. And it's turning into, like, hey, this isn't about curating a workout. This isn't about trying to figure out when these are the blocks when I can go, and they're going to be about the same every week. And, 4 days a week, make it happen. And it's just about execution. You just show up and they'll take care of the rest, right? You show up and get ready to work, they'll take care of the rest. And so, shout out ISI. And fun fact, the person that owns, I guess, that specific ISI is a parent. So I coached this kid in football last year. And so that was I have locks now, so it's a little harder to recognize me. But it was a fun little, moment to see that happen. But yeah, we're working, we're grinding. I did cancel my Y membership because in my head now, because I canceled the Y membership, that's, a little bit more money coming that's going into that. So I'm, like, giving myself a mental discount from the gym that I'm working at right now. It's like, it was this amount, but I took out the money from the YMCA, so I'm not paying for that anymore. So now I'm just deducting what I'm paying at the Y is going into that. And so in my mind, it's this much. I just had to like mentally change the number in my head so that I can feel better about the investment I'm making. But I'm investing in myself and in my body, and I'm excited about it. So here we are. Here's to working out. Here's to getting our butts kicked and kicking butt at the same time, and we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling good, even though I am very tired. I feel like, ready to attack the day. And that's all I got for you. This is the Nightly Muse. I'm your host, Tinayeshe, and shout out Lowfly. Peace.